Hey, good morning. Kyle Gibbons, operations with the Oregon Department of Forestry, Team 1 on the Lane 1 fire. So, given the operational update for August 13th, where the fire's sitting right around 23,000 acres. And so we'll go ahead and start with some of the progress in the last 24 hours. Down here in Division Lima, we got this road system and dozer line here, so we got this tied in. And then coming around, we have it tied together. The one thing that is still a concern out there is there's not a lot of depth in certain areas. So meaning that we're trying to take out the unburned fuel between the fire line and the main fire. And so there's still areas where we just don't have a lot of depth off of those road systems, hand lines, or dozer lines. And the primary area for that is here in Division Lima. And then also right down here along the Division Papa Lima break, which would be kind of on the south and east sides of the fire there. But it's continual progress, so definitely over the last 24, 48 hours, we continue to make progress. Haven't had any control issues in the last day, and things, we're just continuing to move forward with the containment on this incident. So everything's looking pretty good, but we definitely have a lot of work to do still. So we'll continue those efforts today to try to get a little bit more depth, utilizing some unmanned aircraft, and then also folks on the ground trying to get a little bit more fire on the ground, get a little bit more of a burn going in between the fire line and that main fire. And then working around the map, we'll continue here in Division Papa to just hold and improve some of those lines that are in. So mopping up along the road system, the perimeter of the fire, and starting to move quite a bit of water. So using water tenders, and then as we're working that stuff out with either equipment or hand crews, digging up those hot spots, and then just working from the perimeter in. And then working around up here onto the west side of the fire into Division Whiskey, and then into Zulu, just similar efforts. We're just working the perimeter and working in. So a lot of that, we go in how many feet we have it mopped up off of the line. So the majority of this southwest side, we're in that 25-foot range, and then we're trying to get farther in most areas. And then the farther north we go, the more depth we have, because this was the oldest part of the fire. So that's why up here we start to get into what we're calling a black line, and that's where we feel we have that portion of the fire contained. And so we're still working in there, we're still mopping up hot spots along the line, but we're into that like 150 to 300 foot range of where we don't have a lot of heat along the perimeter. So and then coming back down the east side, we have quite a bit of black line that we've added. So when you start to see that on a map, that means our confidence level in holding that section of line has gone up drastically. It's not impossible to lose a fire from somewhere where you get black line, you feel it's contained, but it's highly unlikely. And then moving back down, we're just continuing to improve and mop up from the perimeter in these areas along Division Foxtrot as well. So definitely a little bit of a weather change. The humidity's gone up, and so we've taken advantage of that, started to pitch in on a lot of that perimeter, and then we're with resources also. That's been a shortage for fires all across Oregon, and so we're sitting fairly good with resources as well. And so we have water tenders, hand crews, still using a lot of heavy equipment, and so everything seems to be plugging away. So we expect to just continue to make progress over the next several shifts. And then also we've started to work on opening up some interior road systems, and then at this point you try to mitigate any hazard that's out there. So A lot of it's the trees that have been burnt out, so we're working on mitigating those hazards by utilizing timber fallers or machines to take those hazards away from the roadways and then along the fire perimeter where we're working as well. Thank you. Have a good day.